It looks like we are back. I need to actually go ahead and switch around our little things here. There we go. It's getting darker here. I have horrible... You guys have amazing lighting, by the way.
Yeah, what can I say? I have a lamp and it's near me. It's a gift. It was a gift. I got it for Christmas.
Okay, so let's go ahead and switch our names around. I'm going to go ahead and just drag my name over. And, well, I guess I can give you zombies. I mean, you can vouch for her. I'm sure you look enough like her that we can go ahead and just make that work.
I do have long golden locks, although zombie is a brunette. But I don't know, I'll try to make it work. No Slayer's jacket, though. That's really the clincher. I can't pull off the Slayer's jacket is the problem.
I'm gonna go
I
ahead.
can pull off the suit jacket.
Go ahead and find your... Where is it? There we go. There's your Twitter. Go ahead and copy this right out of Twitter and paste it. Because I am very lazy.
Awesome, thank you. And we are in the lobby, guys, for Hendralisk versus Tilea. We're going to get started right now. And our first map is going to be Belshir Vestige, and Tilea is going to be playing Terran. There was some talk, of course, in the chat. Tilea known to play both races. Not something that many players can boast. One of them being Kawhi Rice at the moment is playing 2 races. And, of course, TLO used to play random back in the day. But Tilea has chosen Terran for this match, so we're going to see a TVZ.
Definitely. So as we go into the game, spawning in our bottom right-hand corner as our blue Zerg player, we have Hendralisk, I believe is how I'm going to pronounce that.
Yep, Hendralisk. And his opponent, the red Terran in the upper left, playing for Denial Gaming or Team Denial. I'm not exactly sure how they go by, but it's bound to be one of them, maybe even something else. But regardless, it is the red Terran player, Tilea.
Awesome. So as we get this game underway, we do have the typical Overlord floating on over to see what the Terran's doing in his base. Nothing super fancy coming out of either player. Are we still in round 1, or is this technically round 2?
I believe this is a round 2 match. Round 1, I believe it's all been played out, so we're officially into round 2. And of course, a 128-person bracket now down to, at least in the winners round, 64 people. Of course, it is double elimination, so there's a big bracket full of the people who didn't quite manage to make it through the winners round, but do have a chance to come back. So, you know, if anyone you really, had your eye on managed to lose a game in the first round, don't give up hope. That's the lovely part about double elimination. But we have Tilea here going for a forward rack, some macro racks, if we're going for a little bit of a throwback here. Not necessarily too all in or anything like that. Just kind of a way to put forward pressure on at the Marines. Maybe throw down a bunker. We do see an SCV going down here around the scout path.
Definitely.
Oh, never mind. It's a 2 racks.
Ho-ho. That's an interesting... So the Overlord's going to scout that original barracks and then not understand that there's actually a second rack following this up. With the expand before pool, actually, this could be really nasty for Hendralisk if he doesn't actually figure out that there's a proxy over here.
Yeah, we do have an Overlord. Well, actually, it's not headed toward it at all. Never mind. It's gonna see the forward rack, so it'll maybe put Hendralisk on guard a little bit. But the 2 racks is exactly designed to punish this 15 hatch play, and it's very common for Zergs to go 15 hatch. It helps them deal with standard mid game pressures a little bit more. But 2 racks is kind of the antithesis to it. So we're going to see if Hendralisk is able to deal. We do have the pull down gas on the way here. Not necessarily greedy at all by Hendralisk, just very standard. But Tilea is looking to punish that.
Definitely, and I was expecting to see a CC at some point. Perhaps that is what Hendralisk is actually expecting with a barracks being that far forward. He might expect supply depots being placed alongside of that, so that way an expansion would be really easily protected. We do have double Marines being produced out and a barracks at the natural, right? A bunker rush, a bunch of drones being pulled off towards the minerals. However, I don't know if they're going to switch over to attack. It looks like they're going to go straight for the SCV and then straight for the bunker.
Yeah, it looks like should be able to force the cancel. Tilea actually did manage to pick off an Overlord in the center of the map, using the barracks to gain sight for that. So we see Hendralisk with supply block there for a moment. The initial bunker is denied, but Tilea on Team Denial doesn't care about that denial. Going to lay down another bunker in the front, and with the Marines to back this up, the drones are not going to be able to get a good pull and surround here. So Hendralisk is going to have to resort to defensive measures with the Spine Crawler.
Definitely, and with the second bunker going up, we have more drones and 2 lings out to try to stop this. One bunker is nearing completion. However, it It actually finishes. The Marines, though, are getting kited back by the drones and the 2 Lings. We do have one Marine making a dash for that bunker. He might get in there. He's trying to. It's actually blocked completely.
What a block. Unbelievable. Such good play by Hendralisk. Getting really bold with the drones. Didn't think with that amount of Marines he would go ahead and pull them, but he did. And it's actually forcing Tilea to salvage these bunkers and abandon this attack. What a split-second decision there by Hendralisk. So good. A lot of Marines here, though. Still does have to worry about that. Even without the bunker, they can be very dangerous. However, the spine crawler is up and in the front. There's no room for the Marines to poke around it, try to get to the side of the hatchery or anything like that. So it's looking pretty good for Hendralisk. He's officially held this, and the drone count, 18 to 18, dead even, but of course no gas down for Tilea.
Definitely, and to all the viewers, I'm sure you've now realized I have sound back up. I forgot that I turned it off during the commercial break. So we have that back. Another bunker going down. He does not want to give this up. The Queen is going to try to pick off this SCV, but the amount of Marines is just sick. It's not going to be enough. The spine crawler just out of range to do any good. He is going to move it up just a tad.
Got to be so careful. Does not want the Marines to focus that down. Does have a transfuse on this Queen, so that's something that Hendralisk is going to be counting on unless he loses the Queen. Pushing a little too far forward. No, the Queen goes down. That transfuse is going to go. Any injects could have had. That was actually Hendralisk's only Queen, so the production going to be stunted a little bit here. The drone count pretty good, 25 to 21, but Tilea bringing this back full force. Really starting to get the contain going, and without these Queens, I'm just a little bit unsure if Hendralisk is going to be able to pull back properly. Resaturating the gas now, it's just going to be so hard for what Hendralisk wants to would ideally be some kind of run-by, expose the fact that Tilea's natural has likely very few units in it, likely very little defense because so much money is being put towards this bunker rush, but with this contain, no Lings are getting out of there.
Definitely, and with that contain, he is double expanding, building 2 more barracks to actually wall off towards his main base. He might even build some supply depots to protect the mineral line from any sort of run-bys, floating back his proxy racks to the main line. So he's definitely being aggressive with the macro in the back. A 3rd bunker going down to continue this contain. These Lings, though, are going to run right by and try to see what they can find.
Yeah, definitely some very important scouting that Hendralisk needs to get. The Overlord was coming around the back, and it looks like with the Lynx getting by, Tilea knows there's no more secrets to be hidden. Needs to pull these Marines back to defend. And there's actually, what is there here? Okay, there's 3 Marines, so should be able to chase these Zerglings off, no problem. Is going to get annoying on that command center. But now I really do like Hendralisk's position. I mean, of course, the command center's still not quite down. Tilea is going to 3 CCs to try to catch up in that economy count, but again, still no gas, still no tech. So Hendralisk can kind of use that to the advantage because a real attack isn't going to be coming for quite a while.
And it's something that slipped my perception. I did not know a Baneling nest is up, so he's going for a Baneling bust. A bunker is going to try to go down, but those barracks have so much defense to actually try to get through. The hit points is the word I was actually looking for. The Lings trying to go in. The Marines have a good turn. The Banelings, they get some really good hits. The Lings are going to come in. A good concave by the Marines, but the surround is just decimating them.
And that was some pretty good target fire on those Banelings. The bunker just barely getting up in time, as the Marines are going to be able to pick off the rest of these Lings. Hendralisk invested some resources into that, but not too many. We've got the 3rd hatch coming up. We've got 40 drones for Hendralisk, and just now the gas is being dropped for Tilea. So this is really what we need to watch out for. Once Tilea is able to get a factory up, Hellions will be on the field. Starport will be on the field. There'll be medevacs. But until that happens, Hendralisk really has nothing to worry about. Marines with 0 upgrades are not going to be a problem, and they won't get across the map for forever. So Hendralisk is pretty comfortable. I'd be feeling really good if I were the Zerg right now.
Definitely, but the Zerg is still not going for any particular upgrades. He's just macroing up at 10 minutes with nothing but Lings and Banelings. Seems a little concerning if the Terran's pretty much on equal footing as far as tech goes.
Yeah, so far. We do have the double Evo chamber coming up, so it looks like Hendralisk is looking to take the take some advantages, getting that +1/+1. It's kind of a weird start to this game, but we see how the Zerg player is kind of getting back into the rhythm. We're going to have 4 gases up right now. Could be going to 6 at the natural, depending how heavily is looking for something like Mutalisks, or if Hendralisk wants to go for something like Ling Baneling, some kind of attack. I don't think that would be the best idea, and yeah, we are going to see a Spire. So Hendralisk is looking to chase this advantage out, get map control with those Mutalisks, and just kind of keep the Terran on 2 base for a while.
Definitely, and with that Spire going down, I hope to actually see him start stacking some minerals, so when that Spire does complete, he can just pump out a ton of them. We do have a small push out of just purely Marines. I'm not sure how much damage they're going to be able to do. There is not very much defense over there. There are a couple of Banes, depending if he's unsuspecting. More Banes being morphed in right now before the attack. I don't know if the Marines will get there in time.
And these Marines' lives are pretty much going to be forfeit. They need to do some damage. Tilea really has no way of getting them back. They have no stim. They can't run away. No medevacs to support. Baneling's getting some good hits. The Ling's getting a full surround. And this pressure really not going to do a whole lot. Hendralisk did have what it took to clean that up behind this. Tilea is starting to spend that gas. We have a lot of barracks down here. Actually, a total of 7 racks off of 2 base. It looks to be just a 2 base. Oh well, no, she does have the 3rd command center, actually building a 4th. This is so strange. No factory, but a bunch of racks. Really looking to just apply the bio pressure. It looked like a 2 base all in until I forgot about that 3rd command center.
I have never seen bio play like this in any match. Just pure barracks, tier 1 units with upgrades. The base floating over to take a spot where Ling actually is, so he will need to clean that up. The Zerg will definitely know that's there. The Spire has gone down. Burrow being researched. I'm not sure if he's going to try to do some Baneling landmines with a combination of the Mutalisks or what.
Yeah, definitely could be. Baneling landmines very powerful, especially if Tilea is showing a penchant for moving out large packs of Marines unguided. So that could be something that could be very dangerous. Also good for denying expansions. The Lings here are going to work on denying this 3rd a little more, but denying a 4th in the late game, the Burrow is also going to be very good for as well. Hendralisk taking his own 4th while getting up that Baneling speed and the 2-2 on the way, well, the level 2 weapons at least. Really transitioning into a strong mid game. Does not want to let this 3rd get down, though.
Yeah, and there are 7 Mutalisks on the way with 24 Zerglings. What I would love to see is if he tries to bait the Marines into attacking the Mutalisk, running right over a group of Baneling landmines, decimating all of the Marines, and then running right in to take the kill.
And Hendralisk poising up to do some damage. 2 packs of Lings, 1 going to go attack the 3rd. Clean up the Marine force there. It looks like he can take that fight. And once the Marines get pulled back over to the 3rd, maybe looking to run these Lings into the natural. A lot of bio there, though. Doesn't look like... can't quite get away from that, or with that, rather. However, the Mutalisks are going to be swinging in through the south side, and this could get scary.
Definitely, the Mutas are going to fly in. There is no anti-air here, and the army is way out of position. Going to start racking up the worker kills here. We're up to 14 so far, 15. It continues to climb. The Marines finally getting there, however. An Overlord flying in. I'm not sure if the Overlord is going to try to absorb some of that damage.
Yep, doesn't look like it's going to be able to. Probably looking for an Overseer just in case of Widow Mines, and we do see Widow Mines coming out 4 at a time, well 3 at a time at the moment, but the potential for 4 is there in those 2 factories. And now Tilea really needs to be on guard, needs some turrets, needs to keep these packs of Marines all throughout. Look how much the forces of the Terran are spread out. A direct attack on any one of these bases is almost sure to do crippling damage. We're going to see a lot of Lings and Banelings rolling in, taking advantage of these spread forces.
And those Banelings roll right into the worker line, getting some solid hits, taking out quite a bit of the Marines. However, there's not enough Zerg forces here to actually finish that assault. Not getting as many worker kills as you would have liked, losing more. We do have another attack coming up at the main. The Mutalist taking out all the Marines, attacking the worker line here, and the reactor gets the reactor off. Mutas need to retreat, though, before he loses any more of those.
Yeah, doesn't want to lose. It was very expensive. That was pretty cute of Hendralisk there, burrowing some Lings in an attempt to deny any more add-ons from being put on the barracks.
Oh, wait. Oh, so close. Oh, that would have been so sick.
Oh, the Baneling mine. Not quite landed there. There are several of them planted along the map that Hendralisk is looking to deal crippling damage with, but as soon as the Terran moves out, just swinging back in with these Mutalisks. Widow Mines, though, going to deny that pretty hard, and here they are. Oh, no!
An amazing hit, taking out a ton of those Marines.
So good, and that is going to set Tilea back a little bit. Wanted a much larger force with this. However, most of the Widow Mine's still alive, but there's just so much Zerg here. Full wall is not at the natural, so the Lings are able to get right in, and this is the problem with aggressive Zergs on Belshir Vestige. Another landmine walks right over it. Oh, that was so scary, but honestly, Hendralisk is just all over these bases right now anyway.
Definitely, he's Tilea is trying to get back and clean up the stuff that is natural. The Widow Mines, I'm not sure if they did more harm than good, taking up quite a few things. Zerglings trying to do another run by. As Scan sees all of those burrowed Zerglings, the 3rd actually happened to lift off. So he is now on 2, and his main is almost completely mined out, while Hendralisk is on so many mining bases, he's going to just end up out-macroing our Terran player.
Yeah, it's kind of a, nice Baneling hits over in the south side. Looks like the Marines will get cleaned up. Widow Mine hit, again, kind of doing more harm than good in that case. And, Tilea is doing the standard mid-game Terran style, although I guess it's kind of late game right now. Everything's slowed down by that original 2 racks, but the standard style of pumping the biomine over and over at a Zerg player, but it's usually on similar economies. And in this case, since Hendralisk had such an advantage early on, Tilea is not able to do the damage. Definitely needs to play a little bit closer to home if she's looking to come back here.
Definitely, and we do have a bunch of forces moving around everywhere, just so much movement across the minimap. We have a small force of Banelings and Mutalisks coming up in the north and to the east. We have a big Zergling and Baneling run by. Mutas do go into the main. They are going to try to take out the missile turret. Marines getting dropped. Mutas having to retreat while the main force runs in. Good Baneling hits go off, taking out quite a few of those add-ons, and the Marines getting decimated.
There's just so much happening here. I'm not sure what to look at. I'm really impressed with Hendralisk's ability to fight on what seems like 4 fronts at a time. Marines trying to progress, but GG is dropped. And it was kind of a snowball situation as Hendralisk slowly overran the Terran player on Belshir Vestige, putting him up 1-0.
Definitely. So, I'm not sure what the second map is. The second map will definitely help see how the strategies evolve for this. Against a Zerg player, I have yet to see any Zergs try any sort of cheese. You usually see at least one desperate attempt for a 6-pull just to finish the match out immediately instead of actually having to duke it out. The APMs are actually quite nice, both well over 200.
Yeah, these pro players definitely know how to rock that keyboard, and the series is still young. I guess it's the best of 3, so it kind of ages like a fly and dies very quickly, but we are going to be getting into our next game soon. We're just going to run a quick commercial, guys, while our players get prepared, and we'll be right back with Game 2.